Hive Interior, my name is Carmen and I'm a location house owner. Come on in. I live in Crystal Palace, South East London, and I've lived here for 7 years. I love that it's a real mix of kind of art and antiques, newer shops, and still like old shops that have been here for quite a long time. The only new bit of this house is this part here. We had this bit before, but it was raised up. So we dug down and joined this bit up. So it became one big room. This is the kitchen and our dining room. We spend the majority of our time in here. Everything happens in here. My kids do their homework here. We have dinner parties here. I cry with my friends over wine here. We do everything in here, and it really is the heart of our home. My favorite piece in the kitchen, I think actually in the whole house, is our table. It's a reclaimed table, and when I was younger, my auntie had the most enormous table in her house, and it was always where like all of our family gathered around. And I knew when I had my own house, I wanted to have the same kind of table situation. It's been drawn on, there's Weetabix still on here. I remember like my auntie's table, like we still now, like you can see from when we were younger, it's got like our names like scratched into it, or like where this happened or where this happened, and no one was too precious about it. Like we'd do our homework there, or we'd like sit with my nana there. It was just where everyone was all the time, and it always felt so big when we were younger. And I think it's just so nice to have a piece of furniture that like has so much history in it, and it's not like if anyone scratched it, that's fine. If anybody spills things on it, that's fine. I got these chairs from an antique seller, and they were same colour, kind of pinky beige as the kitchen. I had to grab them, and they were actually such a good price point. And over the years, they have got marks and scuffs on, but I like it. I feel like it adds to the charm of them. We left the plaster bare when the builders did it. We kept thinking about what paint colour we wanted, and actually I just really loved the plaster. I loved like the texture, the tone, the depth. So I was like, just leave it. They sanded it and then we sealed it. People still walk in here and they're like, oh, you've still got stuff left to do, you've still got to paint. But I'm like, no, it's done. But I think it just adds a real depth to the kitchen, and like when the light comes through, all different parts go all different colours, which you don't really get with just a flat paint. My builders hated me. We went through loads of options when we were doing this kitchen, what colour cabinets to have, whether they should be like a dark shaker kitchen or more of like a white. But when we saw this dark walnut kitchen, we knew this was the one with kind of a modern finish on it. And we didn't want the space to be too dark. So we kept all the other colours in the kitchen really light. So the marble's light, the bare plaster is quite light and earthy. So it just didn't look too dark. My dad is Italian, so Italian background. I pull real inspiration from there, like the real kind of earthy colours, the terracotta. It feels really Mediterranean. So I feel like if anyone's ever thinking of how they get inspiration for their spaces, like think back to like good memories that you had when you were younger of spaces that you were, and use those, and that really will help kind of guide you. We love spending time outdoors and hosting people. So when we were designing the garden, we really wanted to make like a kitchen area that was close to the kitchen, because I feel like even if your barbecue is like, if it's far away from the kitchen, you don't end up using it so much, but we use it all the time. Like all of our stuff is here, and we just like, we can put a pizza in it, we put burgers and sausages in it on a Friday night, and it's just a continuation of your house. And when we landscape this area, we suddenly just found we had like another bit to our house, and I really want to keep that over winter. So I'm trying to keep it warm with like our fire pit, and we've got these like burning torches so that we can get cozy out here in the winter as well. So I was at Soho Farmhouse, and they have the floor in the cinema that is this red and white, but they had it in this kind of harlequin pattern, which is like diamonds. And I really loved it. So I was like, oh, I want to make my outside area like that. But I didn't actually realise I also have this red and white pattern in a rug in the living room, and it's also our original Victorian path that came with the house is also red and white squares. So I feel like the inspiration was from there, but it was like subliminally coming to me other times as well. So it kind of is a real nice continuation of like other patterns in the house. So this is our living space. It was originally 2 separate rooms, but we opened to make it into 1 room. So we had these shelving units put in about 4 years ago, and they're one of the best decisions we ever made. It was quite a big decision doing such dark cabinetry, but I feel like this room is darker, so we thought we'd just lean into the darker space rather than trying to lighten it up. This was my Nana's lamp from the 1920s, and I have such big memories of being young and seeing this amazing lamp with all the different colours in, and now it's in my house, and hopefully my kids will have the same memories. When we had all the cabinetry built in, we found we just had one too many cabinets. We had nothing to put in it, so we thought, let's change it into a bar. And these tiles are left over from our downstairs bathroom, and we bought these online. It was such a nice way to display our glasses. We've got lots of little vintage glasses here and up here, nice crystal glasses, and it's just a nice kind of ties into this area, so when we sit down and we can just like grab a drink. I love adding vintage to my home because I think that's what makes your house your home. Definitely more slow living, collecting things. So you put in the bare bones, and then you might be on holiday or you're out somewhere and you see something that like sparks your interest, and just having that kind of bit of your personality put into your home really changes the space. It's so easy to go online and find something from a shop and put it in your home, but there are so many amazing things in the world already. I go to like vintage flea markets, I look online, and there are amazing lamps, rugs, sofas. You don't need to keep buying new things. This is my new favourite vintage thing. I got this from a flea market in Mallorca, and it was in a frame. It was like really nicely mounted, got to security, and they were like, sorry, you can't bring glass through. So at security, I've got my keys, like prizing the glass and the frame away that's all nailed in and like sewn in, pulled it apart, left the glass there, left the frame there, and then I still got my tapestry, and I was like, here you go, I can take it. I found this vintage footstool in a shop in Crystal Palace. Actually, my husband found it. He saw it and he was like, oh, this looks like our rug, which it does. So continuing the square, like the burgundy red square theme. The kids sit on it, we use it as a footstool, but I think it really adds like another layer to this room. This is our family bathroom. What I usually do is pick one thing, and then from there I design everything around it. So I found this piece of marble, this pink piece of marble, and it kind of inspired the colours, the shapes, and everything else in it. I really love the vintage feel of kind of curves and arches. So we have a curved oval sink and this arch that we put in, and I love the idea of like a enclosed shower, but because of the pitched roof, it had to have an open top, but it's really nice because the light comes in through here, and sometimes you're like showering and bathe of sunlight, which is amazing. So we had offcuts from the marble, so we put a shelf in here, and we have some shelves over there that we put the marble in as well, just to make a feature of this arch. And I really love the placement of the lights. Our builders were like, why are you doing them one on top of the other? But I think it just makes a really nice kind of art deco, kind of more vintage feel. I think this is my favourite piece of art that we have on the walls. I got it from an antique shop in Crystal Palace, and I just walked past it and it kind of called to me, and I went away and didn't buy it, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I rang and I was like, please don't have sold it. But I just love I love different textures, as I said before. So this is kind of a copper, and I love it so much. This is our master bedroom. We decided to keep the tones still quite earthy and neutral and warm, and it matched this fireplace with these original Victorian tiles. So this house has a fireplace in every single room, which is amazing. We don't use them all anymore. This isn't working, but it's such a nice piece to have. What I really wanted from this room is like quiet and calm. We don't have a TV in here, but it's so nice waking up and looking at like an amazing piece of art. These dried flowers are from my wedding. One of my bridesmaids, she bought them back and dried them for me. Someone in the area was selling their grandpa's artwork from Spain, and he'd had it all shipped over here because he'd passed away and they didn't want any of it, so they were just giving it all away, and they had hundreds of his pieces. And I saw this and was like, it's perfect, it's the same colours as my bedroom, and it just fits perfectly. So it's of the mountains in Andalusia. This is a newer piece to us. We saw it about 2 years ago in Dea in Mallorca, and I loved it so much, but we didn't bring it home, we left it there. And then this year for our wedding anniversary, my sister-in-law kindly bought it for us, and it fits so perfectly. We didn't have measurements, the colours are just perfect here, and I love looking at it every day. I literally feel happy every day when I wake up and see it. One of the best investments of this bedroom specifically are these heavy velvet curtains. It felt a bit out there going for such a dark colour, but I think with the neutral interiors and the lighter interiors, it really fits well. Also, having them floor to ceiling in this bay window, it makes quite a statement. And I would always say, if you're going for curtains, go for the bolder option. We have ones that blend in downstairs, and I love these much more. One of the things that we loved so much when we came to view this house was all the original features. So all the ceiling paneling is original, all the finger plates are original as well. It just feels really, to have kind of original features in your home just feels very romantic. And I think that's what I try and replicate with antiques, is that romantic, layered feelings kind of idea that your house isn't just what's happening right now, it's layered up over things that have happened over time and memories, and that's what I want to create in the future, but also that it has like a really interesting past, and that adds to the romantic side of interiors. Thanks so much for coming to my house for interior. I hope you've enjoyed having a sneak peek into my house.